folks, I'm back. It's me, Mahbub Chowdhury, aka the People's Coach, aka your host and speaker for today. Welcome back to more of my educational and motivational videos where I'll be giving you my own perspectives, understandings, experiences and know-how and some of the things that I've learned from the men of wise in my lifetime. Now check this out. In today's video, I want to talk to you guys about relationship building. That's right, effective communication. How do we understand one another better so we're able to articulate and express and communicate with each other, especially in the times of conflict? How do we do it? Well, first of all, before we even go down that route, go down that path, we need to understand one thing, and that one thing is this: acknowledge that both spouses are from two different worlds, two different walks of life, two different experiences, two different upbringings, and two different exposures. And the way both spouses see the world, view the world, and interpret things is different from one another. It's not the same, so therefore there are going to be a lot of differences. And if you're not mindful of this, then you will have a lot of conflict because you're oblivious about this. The thing is, on the outset it might be obvious, but we forget that our spouses are not always going to see eye to eye with one another. The spouses are not always going to see eye to eye with one another because of the simple fact that we're just two different beings. But the question is, first of all, understanding this, then what do we do with the information we have? Right, my spouse is different and I'm different. Cool, I brought that to my attention. Now the next thing is, how do I use this knowledge as a guideline to communicate with my spouse? That's what it boils down to, people. Because sometimes we forget that not everyone will see the way that we understand things and perceive things in our life. Let's put the spouses on hold for now. Each and every one of us out there have different experiences, different understandings, different upbringings, different fears, exposures, barriers, boundaries, and phobias, like I said before. So how do we communicate with one another? We're communicating with one another in a daily basis. How comes that we're able to do that, but we can't even do it in our own relationship? Or the thing is, we might not even be able to do it. We might be still struggling and trying to work things out. But it's still difficult. And the thing is, in a relationship, let's go back to the relationship side of things with both spouses, because they're both different, it doesn't mean to say you always have to argue, you always have to win, you always have to get your point across. It's not about that, people. It's about, okay, do you know what, I accept your opinion, you're different, I accept your opinion, try and understand mine, try and understand hers or his, try and understand one another. That's how you grow, because then you get a rough idea of where the place that the person is coming from with their opinions, with their communication style. Some people, for instance, are from a background where their communication style is, as soon as conflict happens, and after it's happened, to brush things underneath the carpet and just get on with life like as if it never happened before. And others want to talk about it. They want to sort things out, they want to deal with it. And there's others who just boil it up, let it boil in, and then explode. Let it boil up, sorry, and then explode. Let's not even go there. It's first of all acknowledging that we're both different. We're both coming from different places of the world, different spaces of the world. And then once you take this on board, once you're more conscious of this, then you're able to deal with things a lot more better. You're able to communicate a lot more better because you're understanding that, hang on a second, this person is not going to see things the way that I view things or see things. So how do I make my point across to this person, to my spouse, without hurting her, without hurting him? And that's down to you to figure that one out, my friends, my folks, my viewers. So people, just one thing to think about. Be mindful about the spouse who will be different to you, who is coming from a different world from yours. And also that they don't have to agree with everything that you say or do. Just accept that. And once you're able to accept that, use that as a basic guideline to communicate your message. So people, that is my rant for today. I hope that's been insightful, giving you something to think about. Until then, keep tuning in for more up and coming materials. Take care. Until then, stay strong, stay focused, and always live to learn to empower and inspire the lives of many as well as yourself. Bye for now.